Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now.
Against Arsenal.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So it's away we go then. Well, plenty argue, Jim, that Lothar Matthäus is the complete footballer. Do you think so?
Yeah, he's a goal-scoring number 10 and a sweeper all in one. That's a pretty unique skill set. His career is all about leadership, glory and superb character.
And not a few goals, actually.
Yeah, of course.
And that interception was... He's having a go! Xavi Alonso. It's a good run down the left-hand side. And that's been intercepted. And this is Torres. Matthäus. Costa Curta. Hazard looking to penetrate opposition lines. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Guardiola does really well to win the ball there. That has not gone well. And they're back on the ball again. Barcelona yet to have an attempt on goal. Back into the middle. Oh, well played. Costa Curta. Tries to play it through. Can he get onto this? It's a promising position. Shot at goal! It's run loose. In he goes again! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Now it's Pato. Cantona, of course, a dribbler of outlandish ability. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Arsenal clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
And this is Pato. He might be in here! It's loose now and they want to get it back. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Xavi Alonso. And the first half is done. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. Some first half thoughts?
And a quick reminder
despite
today
the
to
scoreline,
please
Peter,
take
there's
all
only
bins
one team in
located
it.
by the
They
entrance
might not
gates.
have made
Thank
the
you
most of
very
their
much for
chances
your
so far, but
cooperation.
I see no signs of frustration creeping in. Maybe a bit of fine-tuning during the break, and they should get their reward in the second half.
So we are still where we were at the beginning. It is 0-0 at the break. Here we go again then.
Barcelona are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to change in his half-time team talk.
Dani Olmo. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And for a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Chance! Mateus clears it away. Costa Curta tries to clear. The ball has bounced loose now. Played back in. Out to the left it goes. And he's intervened well there. Now it's Pato. Azar conjures time and space where few can. He's through and the shot! It's in! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
A 1-0 lead established.
And talk about the perfect time to score. The manager's giving nothing away, but he'll be thrilled inside.
Now it's Batistuta. Steered out wide, but he won't reach that one.
Arsenal really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
This is a really front-footed approach.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
And he's managed to get free. Oh, he's bustling through here. Pato! Oh, good spread. Now it's Batistuta. Distributed tidily. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
And he's in on goal! Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. And this is Pato.
Barcelona surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
Gets good distance on it. Back into the middle.
Yeah, we get to see this more and more. Defenders popping up in these positions.
Still just that single goal and we are nearly done.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
And a chance!
Arsenal really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some pressure.
Plenty shoots! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Now that is commitment to the cause. The message is simple: defend this with your lives. That should get the job done.
There will be 1 minute at a
Dani
time.
Olmo played into space, or played right into his path. He has found the way through. And there goes the final whistle. Relief, finally. Now at last they can enjoy the taste of victory. Fingernails bitten to the quick, but they have... So bring it on. Hike expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. And that gets things running. So a very special reception for the very special Franck Ribéry.
Very true, and I think all of us here are expecting an awful lot from him. He is, as far as I'm concerned, one of the very best in his preferred left-wing position. He said himself that that's where he feels most free.
I guess that's what gives him the freedom to make use of his pace, his movement, and his ability to shoot from a fair area.
Correct.
Knocks it out wide. Xavi Alonso. Rummenigge. It's gone for a throw-in. And that's another throw. Intercepts the throw, that's well read. Ribéry. Looking for options for movement. Zanetti gets into some space. Varane does really well to win the ball there.
Well, neither defence has had a wake-up call yet, because neither attack has turned up.
And that is as far as they're going to go. Rijkaard. Costa Curta carries the ball down the right. Now it's De Bruyne. Raul. He's through, now is he in? And the shot! Oh, it's gone in! As simple as you like, the outcome utterly inevitable.
Some great movement here, and the pass was perfect. All he had to do was just apply the finishing touch.
Madrid have their opener. It is a goal of real significance.
Well, that's changed the mood entirely, as you'd expect, Peter. It'll be fascinating now to see what kind of reaction.
And a chance! A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
And that is expertly dealt with. Raul. Now Costa Curta. Nice looking ball. Can he latch on to this? Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. And we have our very first corner. And it's been taken short. Barcelona have the chance to go the other way. Now it's Pato. Stood up well to him there. And it's De Bruyne. That was nice. And he's in on goal. Nice interception, well timed. He's come through and he's had a quick look inside. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Oh, nice touch. It's a good run down the left-hand side. Azar plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. And he's picked out the run. And the referee brings the first half to a close. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break.
Well, obviously things are not good, Peter. It seems the team were just a bit too busy playing within themselves. Too tentative. They have to improve and make it fast.
That gets things going for the second half.
Well, I think starting this half in a strong manner is essential, Peter, if you're chasing the game, which they are. You know, go with intent and purpose. Let your opponents know you're not just going to quietly bow down.
Pass is just off target. De Bruyne. Now it's Ribery. Nice physical challenge. Cantona quietly revving up. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. Down by a goal, needing to go up a gear. That's how it looks here. Cantona couldn't squeeze it through. Threads one in, and he's intervened well there. Chiellini. Azar. Now, can they get him away? That was good pressing, forced the error to put an end to it before things could get even more threatening. Can he get on the end of this? And into the grateful arms of the keeper. The message is clear, none shall pass. So Jim, what are you thinking?
Barcelona are not doing enough to get themselves back in the game. They're not as threatening as their opposition. It's got to change.
And the ball's come loose here. And he cuts out the supply. Now it's Cantona.
Barcelona really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
This is a really front-footed approach.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
Van Dijk kept his eye on it, and he's there. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Van Dijk. Another pass just keeps it ticking over.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. And here's Pato, Cantona. Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Madrid clearly now in lead preservation mode.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Cantona. And that's that. Quite a game, and one that was always on a knife edge until the very final whistle. No shot. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. There's the whistle, and here we go.
In a system like this, Peter, the winger-fullback combinations can be absolutely crucial.
Yeah, and no doubt you can expand on that for us, Jim.
Well, there's just so many potential options and movements, overlapping, underlapping, wingers vacating spaces to be occupied by fullbacks, coming inside, creating overloads down the middle.
Decent chance! It's run loose, who's going to get there?
Frank Rijkaard's presence here in the middle will be massive, Peter. He's so physically dominant, such a destroyer.
He's gone for goal! Fantastic from Forlan!
Well, this is already looking rather ominous for the opposition. When a player of his calibre can open up the scoring with a brilliantly classy finish, it could be a very long match for that defence to prevent it happening again.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking.
Oh, he's been caught! Goes for a shot! They've done it! They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye. And that will surely go down as one of the easiest goals he could ever score.
That's shocking, the ease with which he was able to get into the space, and a player of his quality was highly unlikely to miss that.
Barcelona are doing very nicely, thank you.
Well, that's really winded the
shapes to shoot! Just cruising! They are cruising! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. No space, no problem. You just cannot stop him.
Well, he had to deal with an awful lot of unwanted attention, but his tenacity won the day.
A case now of complete control.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
Bruno Fernandes. Now it's Okazaki. Shifted upfield. Neymar going face-to-face with his great rival. Now has he got the beating of his marker here? There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Oh, what a chance, surely! It's there! And they're at it again, in double quick time! Well, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Welcome to...
And that's it! And with that, it's time for me to thank Jim Beglin and to wish you a very good evening. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. And as you can see, we've already started here. According to what we've been told, this is how it looks. It's a 4-3-3.
Yes, and the importance of this formation is not to allow the midfield three and the attacking three to become too detached from one another. If that happens, then pressure can quickly be applied via the counter-attack, and you can be exposed defensively. So compactness can't be compromised, and you need talkers in this team. You need leaders and people that are willing to organise things very quickly.
And this is Pato. Fabinho gets it away. And they're back on the ball again.
Okay, I'm probably going to be accused of fullback bias again, Peter, but Giuliano Belletti is someone I see as having a key role.
Your type of player?
Yeah, he's very competent.
And the shot! That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. Searching pass he's played there. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
And that pass just didn't quite work. Neymar has an approach to the game which is pretty much shoot on sight. It's a promising position. That's good play. Just eases him off the ball. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. And they're not going to make any further progress now. Neymar, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. And it's Grealish. Still looking for the first breakthrough, and it is nearly half-time now. Griezmann. So what can they make of this? Driving on and making good progress. And here's Cantona, driving through the middle. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Has a shot! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Cantona actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
And there is the half-time whistle. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. Some first-half thoughts?
Well, I wouldn't say it was the most potent performance, Peter, but defensively, very composed. The scoreline might still be 0-0, but I'm expecting things to open up a bit more in the second half.
And after 45 minutes, it is still goalless. A change, perhaps, after half-time. And if you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half.
Barcelona are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager...
Goes for a shot! And it's a goal!
Dependability is one thing, and he brings that to his game, but that sort of dynamism is another attribute he's blessed with, and it's revealed on a regular basis too. Superb.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
So the first goal of the game.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
And it's Neymar. Van Nistelrooy. Van Nistelrooy! And that has earned a few nods of approval from the bench. And we have our very first corner. And now a sudden chance to counter. That pass has been well intercepted. Oh, that's a key interception.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack. Barcelona really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
This is a really front-footed approach.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. And he's looking at the referee, but the referee is shaking his head. Oh, that's fabulous. It's Griezmann! Oh, it's hit the post!
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
And he's just misjudged that one. Neymar, and this is Marmoush. He is through here. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. That's really well manoeuvred.
Nepal really wanted that two-goal cushion, but it wasn't to be. Still, they should be able to see it out from here.
There will
Van
be 1
Basten.
minute added time.
So that's it. It is all over. Well, that was tense. The two parties separated by the game's only really meaningful... The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest.
Against Barcelona.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. So it's down to business here. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Well, Peter, I'm going to highlight somebody with special talents, maybe a special mentality, and it's this guy, Emi Martinez. As a goalkeeper, he is just a big presence. He's a big strength in the team, and we know he has a reputation for gamesmanship. He has a reputation of trying to get in the heads of his opponents, and it all comes with a lovely personality and a different character, and it's good to see that in the game.
Yes, they'll certainly be leaning heavily on him. Van Dijk calmly anticipates, and that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Dani Olmo is onto it in a flash. Barcelona finding their passes. They're back in possession and ready to go again. Now it's Neymar. Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one. Brilliantly cut out.
Yeah, the crowd have tried to spark some excitement, but to no avail. This needs something explosive.
Good ball, good take. Oh, he's burst through.
He almost caught everyone out there the way he just eked out the room to get the shot in.
Barcelona with the corner, they're first. And he can clear it away. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Barcelona are looking to go forward now. No, that was never going to make it. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Mbappe. Now it's Neymar. And he welcomes it in. And he's lost his man here. Oh, that's horribly mistimed, and it's given. Penalty. And that really is the last thing they wanted to do. The major moment in the game. Oh no, he's managed to miss it.
It really wasn't a confident penalty, Peter. It was almost like he was trying too hard to second guess what the keeper was trying to do.
Albert Ferrer. Rice. Neymar. Oh, nicely intercepted. Well, a goal here would be the ultimate pick-me-up just before the break.
How many interceptions have we seen now? Someone's got to up the quality and set an example.
It's Pato! He's scored!
Look, there are always tactical adjustments for any coach to make at half-time, but when your star man gives you a critical lead just before the break, everyone will be paying extra attention. It really is the ideal tonic.
And that is a goal worthy of universal appreciation. Even the opposing fans have to recognise the quality there.
And you can see he meant every bit of that, Peter. He had his head up as he went to hit it. He knew his landscape.
Has been indicated.
So the first moment, he's been bundled over. That is a foul. Well, that's a booking. Always looked it.
Yeah, well, they were exposed and vulnerable, and he knew he had to do something to prevent a goal then.
Neymar taking charge of the dead ball. So a genuine chance to increase the lead. Oh, the ball's run loose here. Good effort, and it is right on half-time. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead, and that gives them something to build on after the break.
On the evidence of what we've seen, they're worth their lead. There was genuine intensity and purpose behind what they brought to the game. I think they'll want a strong start just after the break, though, to force the issue that bit more.
Barcelona can be fairly satisfied then. It's so far so good for them, and it's 1-0 at the break. And if you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half.
Barcelona definitely won.
Decent chance! And he has kept it out somehow.
Xabi Alonso actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Barcelona have their second corner now. Big header! No mistake! And there we have it, the two-goal cushion. Great corner, and he did the rest.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
Barcelona are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
The turning of the screw comes to mind, Peter. They've got them where they want them.
And here's Neymar. Rice.
That dugout has had some relief, at least, but now the harder work starts. They've got to push for more.
He won't be happy with that one. Searching pass he's played there. Now it's Neymar. Neymar has an approach to the game which is pretty much shoot on sight. Now it's Neymar. And this is Ronaldo. Rummenigge. Pato under intense pressure.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline.
Oh, that's a fine interception. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't...
Shot a goal! He scores! Just one in it now. The game takes on a whole new complexion. And he stuck it away as if laser-guided.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
Well, what a difference a goal makes. Now all of a sudden it seems the belief is back.
And that is as far as they're going to go. Back into the middle.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. Xabi Alonso. Neymar. Barcelona close now to seeing this one through to the end.
Barcelona can really think about the precious seconds that took off the clock. No need to overly commit now.
Threads one in.
Has been indicated.
Excellent interception. Now it's Mbappe. And this is Ronaldo. And that's it. Barcelona have emerged victorious in this match of thrills. The odd goal ultimately proving the difference. Rafael Varane picking up the Man of the Match award,
Security
and no
staff for each
surprise
block.
there.
Please report to the staff room
How
immediately.
would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Barcelona perfectly played the...
Oh, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography,
Hello,
the
everybody,
camaraderie.
and welcome
The
to
fans have
today's
pulled out
match.
all the stops to make this a monumental
Against
occasion.
Milan.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. There's the whistle. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Yeah, Bernardo Silva, he's a real box of tricks, Peter, with a super first touch and a really nice, silky smooth dribbling style. He's also got an eye for a telling pass, and he's a more than decent finisher too. What we don't usually comment on is his phenomenal work rate, and that will be a standout for this team over the course, I can assure you.
He would be the obvious choice, wouldn't he? He certainly has all the right qualities. He has a look up. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Rice. Cantona. Barcelona looking to pass their way through. Rummenigge providing an outlet on that flank.
Yeah, the crowd have tried to spark some excitement, but to no avail. This needs something explosive.
Bernardo Silva. Milan trying to orchestrate a breakaway here by the looks of it.
Well, I would say that this is probably the easiest way to play the game, because you try and absorb in numbers defensively, and then you look to hit it with a long ball quickly on the counter-attack to get your men in behind the opposition defence.
Just looking for that one telling pass. And it's Conte. Now it's Dani Olmo. Chance to deliver. A header! Well, he should have done better, and he knows it.
Well, he's furious with himself, but at least the boss is applauding his effort then.
Costa Curta. Rice. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. I have to say, that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Danger averted for now. Strong running down that left flank. They get a throw in. And here's Dani Olmo. Bernardo Silva. Half-time rapidly approaching, and it's still goalless. It's a pretty loose pass.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. David Villa is onto this. David. And the first 45 minutes are up. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Well, simply put, Peter, they haven't been good enough to trouble the opposition. They need to play with more courage in the second half and a lot more intent.
So, no breakthrough from either side, 0-0 after 45 minutes of action. So we're just settling back into this second half.
Well, I suppose from a defensive perspective, Peter, neither manager can be too unhappy. I just wonder which team is going to up the ante first.
Real chance! Barcelona with the corner, they're first. Cantona with the short one. And now a sudden chance to counter. Now it's Villa, and he's managed to get free. Conte. Well, now it's a race for the ball. Varane did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Milan appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
Almost an hour gone. Xabi Alonso kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Now it's Bojan. Zanetti. Now the cross.
There's much frustration as to the lack of a touch to finish that off.
Played it again, and the shot! Oh, that wasn't far away.
Villa clearly feels he did everything right there. He really wasn't that far away.
Costa Curta. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Very few chances to talk of, Jim. Defence is, it seems, on top here.
Yeah, I think it's a scoreline in keeping with what we've seen up to this.
Shot a goal! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Corner number 2 then. Who's going to be first to this? This ended up in no man's land. He's going for goal! And he has kept it out somehow.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Barcelona have their third corner. There's the header! That's another chance! He scores! That could turn out to be a huge, huge goal!
Look, before we can even delve into the detail, the significance of taking the lead should be our initial reflection, and that's priceless.
After 75 minutes.
Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, they say all goalkeepers are crazy, and after that, maybe there's some truth in it.
So we have our breakthrough.
You have to credit the desire we've just seen here, Peter, the desire to stick to your task and keep on chipping away. Some might have backed off, but not this lot.
And the shot! Should have equalised.
Villa clearly wanted to level things up in a hurry here. It didn't quite come off for him, but top marks for the effort.
And that could have brought them level.
Well, I think that look says it.
Big chance! And that could come back to haunt them.
Well, the reaction from his teammates says it all, Peter. They simply expected better.
It's their second corner of the game. Bojan! And the lead stays intact, just. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Now it's Pato. It's a good ball out wide. It's a promising position. Pato! So their fourth corner of the game. Cantona plays it short. And here's Cantona. Now what about this cross?
Well, it's probably safe to say now, Peter, that it's going to be all about game management from here.
And he's picked it up out wide. Can he finish? Sticks it away! And look what it means to them. This is a position of genuine strength now. A moment that needed and that's it. Well, thanks to Jim. We both wish you a very good evening.